Take one. Never mind. Take one again. Anyway. There you go. Can't make a wife about a hoe. Hi guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're starting the year off right with inconsistency, and you're welcome. So I just like to say thank you and welcome to everybody that joined our channel. Welcome. I know you're greatly disappointed, but we're back with another video going back to those storytelling of the Bahamian folklore. We got more stories for you, so happy 2021. We all made it, barely, hardly, but we're here. Now, in our defense, we tried to record this video several times before and it just didn't work out. And we just took it as the universe just telling us to cut it out. Just relax. So that's what we did, and then we got comfortable and like 3 months went by. We took that relaxing thing way too far. But I took it as a good thing that we had to do it over because I found some more interesting stories to use and some more information to go with it. So it all worked out, I guess. We were doing so bad that even Logan came to me. He was like, Auntie, you're becoming like those other YouTubers. Just record once and forget about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, we've made it to the point where we could procrastinate. We haven't quite made it to that point. So all of the stories are coming from the 1918 rendition of Folktales of Andros Island, Bahamas. That's where I'm getting my stories from, and from memory, whatever is left of it. I always tell people I have the memory of a goldfish. Now we're going to start off with the first story, which is one of my favorites. Well, one of the most messed up ones, which is Bobbie Had A Muffler. And this one starts off with Bobbie when his dad had passed away. And he took it upon himself to go to his mother and he was like, hey look, Dad's dead. We need to find some food and we need to find a way of making money and getting things to eat because otherwise we'd starve to death. So he convinced his mother to devise a plan, and she was to stay home and pretend to be dead, and he would go into the city and tell the people that, hey look, poor Bobbie, he ain't got no mommy, he ain't got no daddy, he by himself, he gotta take care of himself. You saw what you did. Oh my gosh, and then you, oh my gosh, and then you pretend. But anyway, back to the story before we be able to fight and catch it on camera. Bobbie and his mommy devised the plan that she was going to stay in bed and pretend like she was dead. He was going to go into the city and get everybody to come over to the house, because I don't know if it's just a Bahamian thing, but when people pass away, usually family and friends will come over to the house and, you know, visit or speak to them before they go, like that, their final hours to be with the family after somebody dies or before they die, you know, because sometimes they do it before. The people of the town came over. Bobbie made it off as a pity party. Hey look, my mom's dead, you guys don't believe me, come and see. So people came over to the house and Bobbie got into the house, locked the door behind them while his mom was in the bed playing dead, and whacked everybody. And when I say whacked them, he took a cutlass. For you guys who don't know what a cutlass is, a machete. And some he cut in half and killed, and others he just kind of injured. For the ones who got away, they literally wanted nothing to do with Bobbie, but in his mind, he was like, cool, I've killed some of these people in this house and now I have food enough to eat for me and my mom. The end. It's kind of messed up. But for those of you who do not know, Bobbie wasn't an actual person. Neither were the people in this city. There you go. Ho can't make a life about a hoe. Ho. You hoes know that. They're actually rabbits. Shush, behave. Not really people. And these are my little troublemakers. Well, one of them. Thumper. This is Thumper. But yeah, this is Thumper, everybody. They're a rabbit. They're a woman. This is why I don't really
rabbits?
No, like I have a pet rabbit, but you know I'm allergic to pet dander, so I just really feed her and give her all the necessities. But you know, this one starts off with a guy named Jack and his sister. And the story goes on to describe Jack as a low degree. Him and his sister are both low degree. Whatever that means. They peasants. Jack practices witchcraft and the devil takes it upon himself to kidnap Jack's sister. The story doesn't give a reason why the devil would do that, but the devil kidnaps his sister and throws her on the back of his horse and takes her to this cave hole. And on the way to the cave, he picks up sticks and stuff for a fire to cook and eat her. He took her to a cave hole where he had like this pet rooster. The story goes on to say that the devil, on the way to the cave, he started to strip himself. The sister is freaking herself out to even think of what could possibly happen to her when she reaches this cave. And because Jack practices witchcraft, I don't know if it's the demons or demon telepathy, it doesn't really say, or if somebody tells him, hey look, Satan has your sister. But he finds out and catches wind of this somehow. He goes to the cave to rescue his sister. And like I said, like the devil has like a devil rooster, and Jack had some corn and he threw some corn at the rooster just to kind of distract it whilst the devil is kindling the fire to cook up his sister. While everybody's distracted, he rescues his sister and starts to make his way back home to get away from the devil. And when the rooster was done eating, he started snitching. He was like, listen, your boy Jack just stole dinner. The devil was upset. He got on the back of his horse and he started racing down the road to get to Jack and his sister. Jack and his sister made halfway home. He decides to drop himself into a fish and his sister into a well. And when the devil passed the well, he kind of stopped and he was like, what the hell is this? And then he stopped and he looked at it and he was like, oh my gosh, a fish. Let's go fishing. So, you know, he kind of got distracted and went back home for a fishing line to get this larger fish. So Jack then decides, let me fuck with him, just a whisper. And when the devil came back with his fishing line to catch this larger fish, Jack had transformed himself into, transformed his sister into a red banana tree. I didn't even know red bananas was a thing.
Yeah, they are.
But they kind of are. And so the devil was like, huh, I thought I saw a fish. I guess I'm probably freaking out. Let me go and get something to get this ripe banana off this tree so I can eat it. I'm back home, and then he comes back and Jack was like, okay, let's just fuck with him some more. Jack turns his sister into a church building filled with congregation and everything. And he transforms himself into a preacher, and as the devil is approaching, here comes the gospel. Roaring down the road, and the devil's like, no, this just ain't for me. Let me head back home. And Jack comes running out of the church and he's like, let me tell you the good news. Have you heard the good news? And Satan was like, yeah, no, no. So ticked off, he's heading back home and he's like, shit, I don't have no sister to eat because they didn't give her a name, so I'm gonna call her sister. I don't have nobody to eat. Jack fooled me, so he went to his home, not to his man cave. He went back to his home where his wife was. The devil's wife is there and he's complaining, oh, this girl got away from me. And the devil's wife, probably using Satan telepathy or demon telepathy, she was like, she got away from you? You mean Jack's sister? And he's like, yeah. And she was like, no, he didn't. They down the road playing tricks on you. And the devil was like, no, they're not. And his wife was like, yes, they are. And so the devil's all pissed off. And then he ate his wife. So, moral of the story, shut the fuck up sometimes. He literally killed his wife and ate her. Just for arguing back with him. How could he eat her? His own wife. I'm gonna have to edit out that really ugly laugh I did.
Everybody likes a nice ugly laugh.
Oh my gosh. What do you think about the story so far?
Oh, it was really good.
It was really
I wasn't as quick.
Some of these stories
stories are so quick. It's like,
yeah, they're really short stories.
It's like people dead. The end.
The end. That's how most Bahamian stories go. Oh, everybody's living a good life. Here's some really screwy things. The end. Everyone dies. Go to bed.
So what's our next story?
Oh, now we excited? Now we're interested in participating?
I was ever participating in the talking.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
So you ready for the next story? Oh my god. Yay. Sound effects, sound effects. Anyway, I swear. The next one is called The Forbidden Room.
Ooh.
And this one is actually my absolute favorite. This one starts off with a woman who was married to the devil. And they lived in this really big fancy house. The devil allowed her to go into every room except for one room in the house. And one day he was heading out on devil business, I guess. And he gave her the keys for every room in the house, do whatever she wants except for one, right? What he did to ensure that she did not disobey him is that he nailed the keys to the wall in a particular type of way. He nailed it with like a bunch of nails to the wall and nailed it in a particular way, so if she were to move the keys to this room that he didn't want her to go into, he would know. But you know, she took it upon herself one day while he was gone to go into the room and see what the hell has been going on. Why doesn't he want her to go into there and you know to this room? And she is absolutely horrified. When you peep, you weep. And she goes into this room and she's horrified to find bodies upon bodies upon bodies of dead children. And you know, when she sees that, she freaks the freak out and she tries to run out of there, but as she was running, she ends up dropping the keys in the blood of the dead babies. And the devil just so happens to be coming home early, and when he comes home, he asks, you know, where are the keys? Why aren't they on the wall? Where are the keys? And because he checked to see if they were there, and you know, he asked her to show the keys. When she showed it to him, there was blood all over the keys. So he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to eat you and kill you. Just as he's about to kill her, here comes her brother to the house. And you know, her brother senses something is wrong just by the way she's acting. And her brother came, he asked the devil, you know, can I have a cup of water, something to drink? The devil's like, cool, whatever, I'm gonna get you water from the well. And he was like, oh, can you get it out of this particular basket that my mom, well, not really basket, but like a container that my mom gets water from too. So he's like, cool, yeah, whatever. And of course he's experiencing trouble getting water. And in the meantime that he's there trying to get water for her brother, her and her brother escapes from the devil killing her and kind of rescues his sister. If this story sounds completely familiar to you, which it probably should, this is a rendition on Bluebeard. That was originally written in 1697, and yes, I had to write that down because there's no way I'm gonna remember those dates. But Bluebeard kind of goes the same way, but instead of, you know, dead babies, it's dead wives.
I think I've heard a true story about that too, like about a guy who like had a bunch of dead babies and stuff like that buried underneath his house. I think I've heard a story about that. And his he was a doctor, and he used to like do those kind of things for women on the like salon.
When I saw that story in the book, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a take on Bluebeard. Like, so many people have their own rendition on the story of Bluebeard. Oh my god. Bluebeard on the whole, don't care how you tell the story, is always going to be pretty fucked up. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool that, you know, we have our own version of the story as well. That kind of says a lot for people. A lot of people back then couldn't read and write, so they only telling these stories off of memory, and they're adding their own little twists and spins to it. So they probably heard Bluebeard before and was like, oh my gosh, let me retell this to my kids, or for some strange reason, let me tell this to my children. Added their own flair to it. I think for the next video, you should come up with the stories.
It's storyteller.
You could clearly see the difference.
What?
In the eye shapes. I feel like like a dry clean. You know, like when they do the makeup just like so extravagant and big.
And dramatic.
And dramatic. And I'm
It's
just
like every other video.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, yes, we're telling stories. I forgot. This one probably everybody knows and everybody has heard of. But this one is called The Garland Wife. It starts off with a man who got married to this young woman. Every time he would go to work or come back home from work, she would cook for him and make him some food to eat. And you know, every time she would cook for him, she'd be like, oh babe, you know, here's some food to eat. And then he'd be like, oh, why are you eating with me? You know, this food is great. And she'd be like, no, I'm not hungry. You know, I got a stomachache, I got a headache. I need to put something in a box. So she wouldn't eat the food. So, you know.
Being suspicious.
Yeah, from you cooking for me and you ain't eating too, I'm not gonna eat. What the frick? You don't eat, I don't eat, because I don't know what the fuck you doing. But anyway, one day when he's heading to work, a little creepy little boy was looking through the window of his house, and you know, he spotted his wife. And apparently, when her husband went out to work, his wife would say this really creepy spell, and then out would come her wings and her beak and her chicken foot, I guess. Her webbed feet. And she would stand through the window and jump out the window and turn into a garland. And for those of you who don't know what a garland is, it's like a crane. Jump out the window and go and feast on crabs by the water side, and then come back before her husband reach home for dinner. And she would cook for him, but you know, creepy little boy saw this and he was like, what the what? But he went to the guy and he told him, he was like, hey look, your wife is a bird? And he was like, what? He's like, yeah, your wife's a bird, bro. And you know, the husband didn't believe it at first. After the boy came to him again and told him the same thing, they decided to, you know, stage a plan, and he would go out the house as usual and then hide and watch and see what happens, because he was in total disbelief of what this little boy was saying. They went through the plan and he left the house as usual and hid out and waited to see what would happen. And then lo and behold, he saw his wife transforming herself from a human into a bird and then jump through the window to go eat crab. So when he sees this, he's in utter disbelief. He's like, no freaking way. This woman has been lying to me, feeding me this food, not eating. The whole time she's a bird. Can't trust these people. He comes home. His wife has already come back from a little escapade, and he's absolutely upset. And she makes him some food and she sets it on the table and he doesn't eat, so she's like, oh, why aren't you eating? And he starts to sing this song that she sings to turn herself into a bird, and then she's like, oh no, don't sing that song. My dead mommy used to sing that song. I don't like to hear it. So he continues to sing the song, and as he is singing, out pops her feathers and her beak and her webbed feet, and she turns into a garland. She's absolutely upset and terrified. And when she turns into a garland, he shoots her and kills her dead. Back with a rifle. The end. So I guess he was pretty pissed off with the fact that she was lying to him about being a bird. I mean, I guess I'd be upset too if you were a bird and dating me. And believe it or not, there's a part 2, the remix of this.
There's a remix.
There's a remix to this one. Oh my gosh, there is another version. So I guess from island to island, these stories kind of change and switches it up, because there's another rendition to where there's this young guy, and he was kind of a thought pocket because he was out there just could never be satisfied with any woman. He's out there sleeping with everybody, and this old hag woman comes up to him and she's like, hey look, you should probably calm down because you're gonna end up marrying a cat or a bird. And he was like,
Cat it is.
what, old lady? Why would you come to me and say that? That's so weird. Ugh. And she was an old, creepy, decrepit old lady, so I'm sure he was very grossed out. He was like, okay, miss. You know, like when there's a crazy person that comes to your car let me wash your window. And you'd be like, no. No
window
thanks. No thanks. And you screw the window and just kind of drive off and be like, that was weird. That was him. That was weird for him. So he was like, ugh, that was weird. Screwed up his little mental window and went about his business. So the old woman's like, oh, so you're not gonna listen to me. So she then turns herself into like a really pretty young thing. He sees her, he's so smitten by her beauty, and he asks her to marry him. So she was like, of course I'll marry you. Of course this old woman is a witch. So they get married, and same thing as the last story. Every time she cooks for him, he asks her, do you want something to eat? No, I'm not hungry. And, you know, he wouldn't think much of it and then go off to work. Again, meddling kids came to him and he was like, listen, your wife's a weirdo, because the kids, as in the last story, saw her turn into not a Garland, but a pigeon. Well, not one pigeon, but a flock of pigeons. Because when she was singing the weird song, as in the last story, instead of turning into one bird, she turned into a flock of birds. The kid, as in the last story, saw it, and the guy was pretty pissed off because he kind of beat up the kid for lying on his wife, this beautiful wife that he just married. Like, how the hell you could talk trash about my wife that I'm so in love with? And he's like, no, sir. After that big butt whooping, he's like, no, you need to go and look. I'm telling you the truth. So the guy hid out, as in the last story, and waited and watched it to see what was going on. And he saw his wife turn into a flock of pigeons. Same thing when he came back from work, he ate the food again for some strange reason, I guess. I don't understand who would do that after you find out that your wife's practically a witch and feeding you and refuses to eat with you. He still turned around and ate the food that she gave him. Wild. After he was done eating, as in the last story, he was singing the song and she turned into a flock of pigeons, and he shot at her and ended up striking her in the chest, and she fell to the ground and turned into the old woman that he met when he was younger, that had told him, you know, you're gonna marry a cat. He was like, what the what? And in a final attempt to save herself, she mustered up whatever energy she had and turned herself into a bird and flew out the window before he could, you know, ice her all completely. And that's the end of that story. Yeah, and that's the end of my stories. I need to come up with some more stories, because by the time I'm halfway through my makeup, I'm like, done. Yeah, that's my that's my stories. Oh my gosh, did you enjoy them?
I did. I really did enjoy them. I'm gonna totally pretend like I haven't really already heard all
I know, right? Now we gotta pretend like we didn't actually just tell each other this,
because we already told the people that we did this
before and it didn't work out. Like we just trying to thug through this because I don't.
I thought you said you was gonna come up with some couple other ones.
I did. Oh my god,
it was so funny. Every time we do these videos, we always run out of
run out of things to say, and now we gotta
start talking shit.
I don't child now. It's too draggish.
Is that the whole look?
I gotta put on some liner with it.
You know, one time I did my makeup so bomb, right? My makeup was flawless. I looked like a whole dog baby. Wait, how come when I get downtown, this woman come driving past and say, is that a mine? I was like,
oh my god.
No, she didn't. I was like, you know, at first I was mad, and then I took it as a compliment, because I was like, wait, if she thinks I'm a dude dressed as a female, that means that I fucking poppin', because their makeup is flawless.
Yeah, they do.
And I was like, I must look like a whole dog baby.
Well, he's so bad, but I think that's mad.
I remember that, babe. I was out with you even, babe. And I was like, motherfucker.
I don't remember that.
They had styling me just like,
Mother.
After a while, I was like, bitch, I must be fucking fine.
Here's DJ Cool, babe.
You can't tell me nothing.
I want to say you was a man. Oh my gosh, and it's so funny, they really think they're hurting people's feelings away.
I was like, is that a dude? She come driving past, I was like, is she gonna scream at it? I was like, this bitch really talking.
And it's always be the bad built ones to go and say some dumb stuff like that. So we have some ideas for some new videos that does not include telling stories, because clearly this ain't the same for us.
We have some life stories that we could tell, like story times.
Yeah.
But I think that would be fun too.
Clearly telling stories ain't for us. I can't remember.
Because we have a bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch. We could just name everybody different names, obviously.
But we have new content. But, well, content ideas. Let's not make it seem like we actually did it yet. We have not. We haven't even tried yet.
We haven't written them down, but they're in our minds, so we feel like we have ideas.
We have ideas that's coming up, but
they're still in our mind, not on paper or anything.
You know what? The first step is talking about it. Because when we talk about it, then we have to be committed to it, I guess.
And maybe we can get you guys' input to see, like,
and what you want us to do next.
Send me an next voice.
Oh my god.
My boyfriend is totally in his feelings.
Oh my god.
Why? I'm sorry to laugh like that, but why is he in his feelings?
Oh my god. This is why we can't get videos out, because y'all too weird, babe.
Like, I don't know why.
God.
That's weird.
Y'all weird.
And you know, the funniest piece, I be cussing him, right? And people really think I be being mean. Like, I don't be being mean. I just say fucking.
You love a flirt for dramatics, and I never understand that. Like, why create drama in your own relationship for no reason?
I say fuck you, and that means I love you, babe.
No, that means you be starting.
I call him a fucking hater because he is a hater, and I told him that's not good for his system.
You be starting and striking up arguments in your own relationship, and then when you get upset, then you be upset that he's upset about you being upset. That don't make no sense. You hear how crazy that sounds?
No, it doesn't.
That's how crazy you all
sound.
Oh my
goodness, it sounds like it makes sense.
I know it don't.
It does. Like,
y'all, like, you would be creating drama for no reason, and I'd be like, what? Yes, babe. And then you'd be like, oh, let me stalk and find out this, that. And they're like, why are you creating drama in your own relationship?
You guys, let me tell you guys a story, okay? So how about I decide I'm gonna go through my boyfriend's phone, right? I went through his phone and wait for it. And I see he talking to his mommy, this person, his dad, his brothers, his friends. And I said, you know, I checked everything. And you know, I left his phone and I was so disappointed. I was like, this nigga ain't got nothing going on. And I was like,
so normal, hey.
I say, something really seriously wrong with me? I go to sleep, my boyfriend's sleeping, snoring. And I was like, something really wrong with me.
You were just upset that you couldn't be angry, hey.
I didn't have no reason to go on the phone, you know. I just went because I figured, let's just, you know. It was like, you ever been that toxic that you didn't know you might not be toxic, but other toxic people.
Toxic people understand other toxic people.
Yes, we understand.
It's a club, eh?
It's a club.
It's a club.
So, you ever been so toxic and you've been like, thinking to yourself like, bitch, you're really crazy?
Wow.
Something is really wrong with you.
Wow.
Like, I was like, looking at myself as like, damn, something wrong with me? Like, I can't just be happy?
No, something wrong with you was correct. Like, I don't get it. Like, you would be upset.
I don't know. I just make myself mad over the stupidest things.
Like, why? You know, I don't get people who go through somebody's phone. I feel like once you have to go through somebody's phone, you then lose. You might as well, you know, take that L. Cause
you believe he gone and drink my wine, right? I was so upset. I asked him for 2 days. Okay, I had some of the wine, right? But it's the last little bit left. I was saving that for a special moment.
You were saving a dribble of wine to drink by yourself.
Yes.
Special. That must be just drink wine by themselves. Besides,
he don't drink wine. That's why I brought the wine, because he don't drink it. And I was like, wait. And he had beers that day. I was like, if you have your beers, why do you drink? Like, and the funniest thing is, he slept on the floor. You think I saw him? I said, bitch, do you?
What's wrong with y'all?
I do not care.
You just be upset. I can't go through somebody's phone. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't do that because I feel like once I go through your phone, I can't be that insecure. Like, if I feel like you cheating or you hiding something from me, that's a wrap.
See, that's the same thing. Like, that's why people can't tell Gabby things, because Gabby's always saying people like this or that.
No, babe, that's a
wrap. But let's feel like we like this pity party. Oh, that's y'all.
What pity party? No, that's not a pity party. From I feel like somebody's cheating on me. That is that. I'm not gonna go through nobody's phone.
Okay, I didn't feel like he was cheating on me. I just felt like I want to go through his phone. That's it.
For what? What you thought you was gonna find?
I don't know, but I didn't find that. No, it's the person.
So what you was looking for?
I don't know. For him to text somebody.
And if you had found him texting somebody, how would you feel?
I'd wake him up while he's asleep.
So what's the point? please explain to me what's the point?
Why are you responding to girls? We do not respond.
So what was the point? I don't get it.
Gabby, I get it. Do not judge.
That's all that matters. Say once you understand where you're coming from.
I understand where I come from. Understand what I'm talking about?
No, nobody gets it. Nobody understands what you're saying. Nobody feels what you're saying.
Yes, they do. People feel what I'm saying. Like right now in the comments, like I don't know if she's gonna make this in again, but if you have your little toxic trait and you have your friend or your sister or somebody who doesn't have any of those toxic traits that thinks you're plain all crazy, but you know that you're not crazy.
Right. So I guess this is what I get for making fun of you for taking long the last time. I know. I'm taking long to do my makeup. Or at least to finish it. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't understand, and I can't relate to the toxic traits. Like, when I feel uncomfortable in a relationship, or if I feel some kind of doubt, and I ask the person about it more than on 3 occasions, and I'm not satisfied with the answer, and I don't feel like nothing's changed, I'm out. Peace. I'm not gonna go through nobody's phone like a freaking creeper.
See, Gabby's judgmental. See, that's why I can't tell her nothing, you know. Because every time I tell her something, it's like, oh, you're doing ugly girl mentality.
That is ugly girl mentality.
But I'm not ugly because I gone through his phone. I just felt like it, and I just wanted to, so I did it. And he doesn't know I did it.
Now he does.
But he goes through my phone.
What's wrong with y'all?
Every time something pops up on my phone,
gotta look and see what it is. Oh my god.
and he's like, I'm like, when somebody calling him, I was like, oh, who's calling our phone? Like, and he'd be like, who's calling our phone? And it's the same. It's okay.
I bet you because you started it, then he started doing it.
Yeah.
So he only copying what you do. Wow. Leave me alone. I sat down and waited for you to do your makeup in the last video, and I didn't sit well. I did, but shut up. But I think my makeup turned out pretty nice, better than what I thought it would. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised even me. What the F words every single time I put on mascara. Oh my gosh, every single time I have to put on mascara, I gotta sneeze. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me live. My nose itches, okay? I don't know if you guys can hear the music outside, but everybody is partying.
Today's the day to party.
Today's the day to party. That's why we're home. Oh my gosh, please don't unsubscribe.
Please subscribe so you can see more of this
chaos.
Haberdashery.
My lips, I scrubbed my lips yesterday and it's still dirty.
I saw my opening and I took it.
Wow. Child, y'all finna catch a fight today. So I put on a little bit of lipstick and this is our final look. Of course, we have not changed and put on the nice pretty outfits or fixed our hair.
This is my nice pretty outfit.
Anyway, the nice pretty outfits, and I haven't fixed my hair or anything like that. But anyway, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories, even though we were quite unenthusiastic in this one. Granted, it was our fault. Enjoy the video, okay? What did you like about it?
I liked everything about it. I loved all the stories. I loved our conversation after. My favorite one is my favorite one I would say is the one based off Bluebeard story. About the babies. And how, you know, at least she didn't die.
She didn't die. I mean, there are happy endings.
This is our one story where no one died. My last video, everybody pretty much died.
Everybody was ice.
But this
Nobody
one,
made it.
At least one person made it, you know? They made it through the whole story alive, got away with it. Really, really, really nice.
Yeah, I loved all the stories that I chose today because I did all the work.
Shade. That was total shade, but it's okay.
But no, for real, like my favorite one has to be the one where Bobbie, sorry, murdered all those people and ate them. Tricked all the people in the town. Oh, and the one with the devil. Moral of the story, shut the hell up.
And do not marry somebody with a name devil.
Yeah, that's just pretty messed up. Don't name your kids devil.
Already began away with a lot.
Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You enjoyed the look. You enjoyed my personality, because I enjoy my personality. And I enjoy you guys watching us. And thank you again to everybody that subscribed and liked the videos. And I was trying to enjoy. Oh my gosh. That liked the videos and everything. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. We love you guys. Thank you for the views and for the subscriptions again. Thank you for sharing the videos to everybody that did it. Thank you guys for coming by and watching another video and enduring our inconsistency. We will be keeping that up. But we will see you guys again. Bye. That's the wrap.